No matter how your life is at the moment, you will want it to be 10 times better. What if I tell you it is possible? What if I tell you that you can be 10 times better than you are right now by just picking up a few habits that move the needle in the success meter? In this video, I will share 10 things that will make you 10 times better this year. Stay with me.
You need to be more so you can do more. And you need to do more so you can have more.
Hello, my name is Ruth Ebe and this is my channel where you get all the tips and tools you need to be better and do better so you can have the best out of life. If you are here for the first time, welcome. If you've been on my channel, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you again. Give me a shout out at the comment section and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So recently, I read a familiar story about a group of boys who had been taken captive from Israel to Babylon. These boys, along with some others, were selected to work for the new king. After their training, they were all assessed, and this group of 4 boys were found to be 10 times better than all the rest. The story is not new. I've read it before, and I've always seen them as special guys. But years ago, I learned something about life and success that changed my mind. I learned that life is predictable, and success can be reproduced if you know the laws of life and what people do to achieve success. So this time, I decided that I would take a second look at that story. And amazingly, I found 10 things that made a difference that I'm making this video to share. If you want to know what they were, keep listening and don't skip any of them because they are all linked. Also, make sure you listen to the end because the number 10 tip is usually underrated by so many, but is surprisingly significant to our success in life. The first thing to do to be 10 times better this year is take care of your physical looks and your health. According to the story, these guys were selected because they were healthy and good looking. Some of you might say, I am not good looking, I have flaws, and I can't do anything about them. Yes, you possibly may not have control of the physical features that you were born with, but there are many other vital parts of your looks that you have control over. And it will make a world of difference if you can put in some effort to make these features look as good as possible. Exercise that body, drink lots of water, and eat healthy. You also need to bath regularly, brush your teeth so you can smell well, fix your hair, clean your nails, put on clean and decent clothes. Just generally do your best to look your best at all times. When you know you look good, it does something to your confidence level and enhances the way you carry yourself. When you carry yourself well, you come across as somebody who is comfortable in your own skin, and it gives others a good impression of you. When you make an impression on people, you stand out and you get noticed for opportunities that can multiply your lot in life. As I will say always, there's no second chance to make a first impression. So always make that first impression count. The next thing to do to be 10 times better is to ask God for wisdom and learn to walk in His wisdom. You know, the story says that these guys were gifted in all wisdom. God gave them the gift of wisdom, and He gives His wisdom freely to those who ask. So my brother and my sister, if you don't have wisdom, if you tend to act foolishly, just ask. Wise people know what is right and they do what is right. Foolish people don't know anything and they end up misbehaving. Wisdom gives people advantage of insight, practical knowledge, and the ability to think on a higher level than others. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to think on God's level? It wouldn't be just nice. It will make you 10 times wiser and also 10 times better. See, no matter how wise a man is, God's foolishness is wiser than their wisdom. Think about that for a moment and tell me if God's wisdom is not worth getting. The third thing to do to be 10 times better is to get knowledge by reading books. These 4 guys were profiling, possessed knowledge, and it made them stand out. If you want to stand out, you have to be knowledgeable. There's no person I know who is a success today who does not invest in knowledge. So whatever question you have, the answer is in a book. Whatever problem you have, the solution is in a book. Whatever concern also you have, the counsel out of that concern is in a book. But you will never get it if you do not open it and read it. The ones who don't pay the price to read will end up paying a price to those who do. So God gives wisdom freely, but we cannot receive it in a vacuum. Wisdom is built on knowledge. Wisdom is channeled through knowledge. You can be both wise and knowledgeable, but you can't be wise without being knowledgeable. The price to know is to read and study. So to be 10 times better, you've got to read and study 10 times more. The fourth thing you need to do to be 10 times better is to put in effort to understand quickly. One important thing I noted about our guys is that they were quick to understand. No matter how much knowledge you acquire, it wouldn't do you any good without understanding. Understanding is the ability to grasp an idea or a concept and then apply it effectively for your benefit or the benefit of others. Understanding is what moves you from theory to practice. Understanding is to knowledge what digestion is to food. You cannot use food without digesting. You cannot use knowledge without understanding. The faster you can digest food, the faster you can use it. The faster you can understand something, the faster you can use it. You can be 10 times more successful by getting 10 times more results. And you can get 10 times more results if you understand 10 times faster than others. If you like what you're hearing so far, please click the like button and give me a shout out on the comment section. Also, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you can know whenever I post a new video. The fifth thing to do to be 10 times better is to increase your ability and capacity to serve. These guys we're talking about were selected for one thing. They had the ability to serve. They were able to serve where they were, and so they were selected to serve in a higher capacity in the king's palace. To serve is simply to help people get what they want in exchange of value to you. The more you serve, the more you improve in your ability to serve. And the more you increase your ability to serve, the more capacity you build to serve. You cannot aspire to serve in high places if you have not built capacity to serve where you are. It is your service where you are that helps you build capacity for service where you aspire to be. Success is synonymous with service because the more people you can serve, the more successful you will be. If you can serve 10 times more people than you serve today, you will be 10 times better than you are today. And if you can serve people who have 10 times more value than those you are serving today, you will be 10 times better than you are today. The sixth thing to do to be 10 times better is to develop learning ability and agility. As foreigners in a new country, these guys had to learn a new language quickly so they could start their work as advisors. You see, the older we get, the harder it is to learn new things because we are so fixed in our ways that we're unwilling to break out of our set ways and learn new things. If you're able to learn quickly, you have an edge. That is learning ability. If you are able to unlearn what is obsolete and irrelevant in your life, then learn from experiences and relearn something new and relevant to where you're going. You have an edge. That is learning agility. So to develop learning agility, you need to embrace unfamiliar things. You need to take on new challenges, be willing to do that. You need to explore different ways of solving problems and make a habit of pushing for new ideas. Learning increases your earning, so the faster you learn, the faster you can earn. So if you learn 10 times faster, you can be 10 times better. The seventh thing you need to do to be 10 times better is to go through training and build accountability. Those guys were selected for service, but they did not just go into the king's palace without preparation. That process of preparation was their training. After their training, they were assessed. That process of assessment was a way to hold them accountable for what they were being trained for. We may all have gifts and talents, but until we are willing to subject ourselves to training and accountability, we may never develop skills and competencies required to excel in our tasks and assignments. Training puts your knowledge to use, and accountability puts your knowledge to the test. Let me say that again. Training puts your knowledge to use, and accountability puts your knowledge to test. The more training you get, the more expertise you build. The more accountability you give, the more excellent you become. So to be 10 times better, subject yourself to 10 times more training and more accountability. The eighth thing to do to be 10 times better is to strip away everything that slows you down. As part of the perks for being selected, these guys were offered delicacies from the king's table. And guess what? They rejected them and asked instead to be given vegetables and water. Imagine. There's nothing wrong with eating those nice foods and all that, but to them it was an unnecessary defilement and distraction, so they chose to cut it out. For you to be 10 times better, you need to be able to identify the excess weights that are slowing you down in your progress in life. Things like excessive social media use, mindless chatter, and other such unproductive activities are examples of weights. They are not necessarily bad on their own, but they can threaten your productivity and success in life. The lighter you are, the faster you can run. The faster you can run, the more you can achieve. The more you can achieve, the better you become. The ninth thing to do to be 10 times better is acquire skills and sharpen them. God gave our guys a new set of skills in all literature and wisdom, and this made them 10 times better than the rest. For you to be 10 times better this coming year, you have to acquire new skills and sharpen them to expert level. The more skills you build, the more capacity you build to earn better. If you learn 10 times more skills, you will increase your capacity to earn 10 times better this year. The 10th thing to do to be better this year is to learn to interpret your dreams and visions and then translate them to reality. This ability did not just make these boys better, it saved their lives and the lives of the others. But that's a story for another day. A lot of us have so many dreams and visions, but we don't translate them. There's so much uncertainty in this world to live without the advantage of insight and foresight that dreams and visions give. That being said, being able to interpret dreams puts you ahead of others. But it is not just enough to know and understand or interpret dreams. To translate dreams to reality, learn to write them down and use them to set goals. For each goal, have clear action steps that you can take. As you take them, you begin to see your dreams become your reality. With these tips, we can all be 10 times better than we are today. So let's come on board and up our game with these 10 habits. I'm rooting for you. See you in my next video. Bye.